My name is Sebastian, or the Primer. I'm the executive assistant at the Wilmington Public Libraries. I do a little bit of everything here, make sure that the library is functioning every day, we can get open, and all of our patrons have the ability to access all the different things that we have here. The theme Never Stop Learning to me is really about just trying to take every day and be a better version of yourself. I'm very much about, every day has its own challenges and different things that come up, but if you just wake up the next day and decide to try to do a little bit 1% better, everything can be improved, then I feel like we're working towards a better world. I've learned a lot while being at the library. When I first came, I was, and still am, a very anxious person. I tend to, struggle with confrontation when talking to folks, making sure that, everyone's following the rules in the library. But I very quickly and continue to learn how to have better conversations with folks, making sure everyone stays in the library and being able to utilize that resources that we have available is just sort of ways that since I came to the library, I've tried to improve on my disposition with other folks. Inside the library, though, on like a more daily occasion, we have Literacy Delaware actively doing English second language courses, adult literacy courses, and connecting with people in the area that just need access to things to help get them back up to a spot that helps with either GEDs or with finding a job and career readiness. Outside of that, we have a lot of youth programming that we do that's dedicated to our mission here in Wilmington. We try to highlight African American authors for children's books. We do story times for all of our big holidays, as well as have classes come in, I would say 2 to 3 times a week, just to learn how to use the library, what resources are available to middle schoolers and things like that, and how to actually do research to prepare yourself for high school and college. Lastly, I'd like to hammer home the computer lab that we have available. We have computers free for use as long as you have a library card. If you're an out-of-state person, though, we can get you hooked up with a guest pass. And they're able to connect to the internet, go do whatever business might be needed, and we have a staff member in there to assist with some of the minor things that, some computer illiterate people may struggle with. Coupled with that, Literacy Delaware is actually starting some more computer and adult literacy courses for their patrons as well, to try to be able to find ways to bridge the gap for, people trying to get back into the workforce and things like that. Learning is much more than skills or trades. I think of it much more along the lines of finding ways to better yourself. I personally try to find means to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, trying to make sure that my mental health is as good as possible, as someone who struggled with that for most of his life. So there's always a little bit of learning that it has to do with skills and trades and things like that we have here. I personally believe that everything happens for a reason, and there's always going to be good in the world as long as you put good in the world. So I typically try to make sure that I follow that mantra and encourage everyone around me to do so as well. For folks trying to refine their passion for learning, I would recommend just come by their local library. There's lots of different programs going on, resources available. With all the advancements in technology that have come up, there's audiobooks, ebooks, e-magazines that are available free of charge once you get set up with the library card. I'm a fervent believer of always trying to improve yourself and improve everything around you. There's always room for improvement, never in a negative aspect, but just wanting to make sure that everything you do is that little bit better. Every way that you treat someone is a little bit better, and just always trying to find that means to connect with the community and other things like that. I absolutely can see that people, when they come into the library and find these different niches, that they're able to really hone in on what they feel might make them a better person, be it their mind, their spirit, or their body. And I think the library does a great job of making sure they give opportunities for people to do that. Never Stop Learning definitely applies to all ages. We try to focus in our programming on 4 different groups of people. Typically we have our youth program that ranges from ages from 2 to 7 or so. Then we have our middle school teen area, which can go from anywhere from 12 to, high school age people, transition into the adult programming, and then we also have senior programming as well. I mean, our security guard, Fred, he's 77 years old and picks up a new book every single day he comes to the library. He loves reading all through them, and honestly, it's really inspiring because I'm hoping that when I'm his age, I'll be still trying to better myself and try to just absorb as much information as possible from, be it fiction or nonfiction sources. I feel like learning is a purpose in life. I feel like, to me, I am not necessarily searching for a reason, but my reason is that there's always something new to learn. There's more people to meet, there's more people to interact with, and more perspectives to gain. So I feel like connecting with people is one of the best ways to learn, and is really one of my driving forces. To encourage folks to never stop learning, I typically suggest just trying things outside of people's comfort zone. I'm one of those people, my rule to live by is I'll try anything once, twice if I like it. And typically that hasn't led me astray yet, except for the ghost pepper ice cream that I did eat at the beach one year. Besides that, honestly, I could say that is how I go about my life, and it is one of the ways that I find enjoyment and real purpose, is just connecting with people and finding these new avenues to learn about experiences, cultures, information, media, whatever it might be. Every time I'm able to connect someone with either a social service worker or housing in the area, it really does make me feel great. Anytime that I notice one of our patrons isn't here for a while and they come back, they usually have some good news about, they're in a more stable location or are able to get back on their feet. And I'd like to believe that the Wilmington Public Library at least provided some support to be able to get to that.